Hi, this is Jeff, and I wanted to talk to you today about studying in college. The importance of studying in college, just like our last video, our we have reading as a precursor to studying, and we're here today. So after you've done all the basic reading, you'll get into the two types of studying for college. The first is an ongoing kind of routine daily studying, and the second is test preparation. But we're going to focus on routine studying today. And that's the level where you should be spending time every week or every day at learning the information that you've been assigned. And that can follow the academic reading that I talked about in the first video, and it's meant to lay this basic foundation for later test preparation. So the routine, ongoing, regular studying is very important. It's the foundational work. It also breaks the total learning down into this ongoing, manageable process, so you don't have to panic and stress out at the very end. So for studying, what really is studying? And maybe some people believe there are some secret methods, and I'm sure there are books out there on how to study and all that. But it really means one thing, and that's to create memories. Anytime you're studying, you're just creating memories in your head that can be used to score points on an exam later. And creating these memories can include a variety of activities. But no matter what, it has to, again, you have to do all of the assigned reading, whether it's a textbook or articles, in order to encompass that in your regular studying. So back to our estimate, our 1, 2, 3 rule estimate of for every hour in class, expect to spend 2 to 3 hours outside of class. Routine, ongoing studying would fall into that. So reading, test prep, doing problem sets, anything outside of class would fit into that, including routine studying. So the daily activities for routine studying, what do people do? What do students do? What do my students do? What do others? What have I done to? Well, you can go back and take notes on the highlights, which is why academic reading is so important. If you cover the book and go back and take notes on the book, there it's amazing how that can really drive that information into your head. And I've had students tell me, Jeff, I would have zero retention if I didn't go back and take notes on the highlights in what I read in the book. So that's a great way for an ongoing regular studying. Read and highlight the book and go back and take notes. Making flashcards. You can make flowcharts, diagrams, tables of the information. As long as you're working with that information very deeply, it creates those memories. And there was some evidence in the past in studies that self-created study materials, students remember those better. And my students agree with that, and I would agree with that as well. You can also rewrite your lecture notes, making sense of a jumble of, and I had to do this a lot because my handwriting was messy in the classroom because the professors went so quickly. Go back and rewriting those notes to make them more understandable or organized. That's a great way to do the ongoing regular studying where you're learning the information. And there are many, many other activities that you can do to create those memories of the information that's being covered during that class. So some of the basic goals of routine studying, like I said, to lay a foundation of the memories of the information you're going to ultimately be tested on. Laying out a framework for this information so you understand it better and your memory likes that better. If there's an organizational framework, it tends to stick better in your head. Routine studying is also that necessary pre-step to get to doing test preparation, where we're going to talk about that in another video. And the routine studying, besides encountering the information in the reading or the classroom, it's a second exposure to the information. You saw it first in lecture, or you encountered it first in reading. So having that second exposure to the information and repeated exposures is a great way to build those memories in your head. So just to expand a little bit, our equation is now going from reading to the two levels, like I mentioned, two levels of studying: routine studying, test preparation, and we're on that second one right now. Routine studying is, as you can see, it's a necessary prerequisite to effective test preparation. You can't be well prepared for an exam and expect to get an A on an exam if you haven't put in the time ahead. You have to expect to do that. Test preparation just isn't going to work unless all the information has been covered and that foundation laid in routine studying. So all the assigned chapters, readings, class notes, anything that you feel is going to be on the upcoming exam, you need to include those in your routine studying. So it depends on the professor, but the information to cover in routine studying can include, like I said, lecture notes, handouts, book chapters, online readings, many things, all depending on the class and all depending on the professor. Routine studying really has to be done on an ongoing basis just because it takes so much time. It's so time consuming. If you wait to do routine studying or wait to do test preparation at the very end, that's just cramming, and cramming just does not work. So just to summarize, there are two kinds of studying in college. There's routine, regular, ongoing studying that I just talked about, and test preparation we're going to talk about in another video. Routine studying is an ongoing daily effort to learn. That as a student, you're expected to be familiar with the information, to learn it well enough to ultimately demonstrate your knowledge on an exam. And so you're laying that foundation of knowledge to be ready for test preparation. Activities of routine studying, and again, you will evolve your own system and adapt it to each class, but typically taking notes on the highlights that you already made in the book from when you read it, making flashcards, flowcharts, diagrams, tables. Everyone's different. Everyone has their different preference. Some students love rewriting their lecture notes, but whatever you do, the goal is for it to create memories. Routine studying is to create memories in your head. Keep in mind that organized information is well remembered when compared to disorganized information. So even if you organize that in the info into tables or into diagrams or timelines, that helps your memory and it helps you to remember it. Creating your own study materials, like flashcards, diagrams, it all helps you to remember. And having multiple repeated exposures to the same information helps to build those memories and helps you to remember it and learn it well for an exam. So again, the related videos to this one are academic reading and test preparation. I look forward to making the next videos for you. Thank you.